Have you ever wondered why so many people struggle to stay healthy and vibrant after 80? You might know folks who were full of life at 70 but started slowing down in their later years. Maybe even someone close to you. And if you're in your 60s or beyond, you might be asking yourself, how can I make sure I'm not just living longer, but living well for as long as possible? The truth is, many older adults face hidden health challenges that sneak up over time. Small things that, if ignored, can add up and make life after 80 much harder than it needs to be. But here's the good news. Once you know what these hidden risks are, you can take simple, practical steps to avoid them. Today, we're going to talk about 4 of these often overlooked health issues that keep people from thriving in their later years. We'll start with the first 2, and in the next parts, we'll cover the rest. By the end, you'll have a clear roadmap to not just reaching 80, but enjoying every day beyond it. Now, let's dive into the first hidden health reason many older adults struggle: chronic inflammation. You've probably heard the word inflammation before, maybe in the news or from your doctor. But what does it really mean? Well, think of it like a slow-burning fire inside your body. A little inflammation is normal. It's your body's way of healing after an injury or fighting off an infection. But when that fire never goes out, it starts damaging your cells, your joints, even your heart and brain. And here's the tricky part. Unlike a sprained ankle or a fever, chronic inflammation doesn't always hurt. You might not even know it's there. But over time, it can lead to arthritis, heart disease, memory problems, and even speed up aging. So how do you put out the fire? First, take a look at what's on your plate. Foods like processed meats, sugary snacks, and fried foods can fan the flames of inflammation. On the other hand, foods like berries, leafy greens, nuts, and fatty fish, like salmon, are like natural fire extinguishers. Even small changes, like swapping out white bread for whole grain or having a handful of walnuts instead of chips, can make a big difference. Another key factor? Movement. You don't have to run a marathon, just a daily walk, some gentle stretching, or even gardening can help keep inflammation in check. The goal is to keep your body active without overdoing it. Now, let's talk about the second hidden health reason: muscle loss. If you've ever heard the phrase, use it or lose it, that's especially true for your muscles. After 50, most people lose about 1% of their muscle mass each year if they're not actively working to maintain it. And by the time they reach 80, that loss can make everyday activities, like getting out of a chair, carrying groceries, or even keeping your balance, much harder. But here's the thing, muscle loss isn't inevitable. You can slow it down, and even reverse some of it, with the right approach. Strength training is your best friend here, and no, I'm not talking about lifting heavy weights like a bodybuilder. Simple exercises like seated leg lifts, standing up from a chair without using your hands, or using light resistance bands can work wonders. Protein is also crucial. Many older adults don't get enough, and that speeds up muscle loss. Try adding a little more lean protein to your meals. Eggs, beans, chicken, or Greek yogurt are all great options. And if you're not very hungry at mealtimes, smaller protein-rich snacks throughout the day can help. Now, these first 2 hidden health reasons, chronic inflammation and muscle loss, might sound daunting, but the solutions are within your reach. Small, consistent changes really do add up over time. And in the next part, we'll cover 2 more hidden health challenges, ones you might not even realize are affecting you, along with simple ways to tackle them head-on. So stay with me, because the best years could still be ahead of you. And wouldn't it be wonderful to enjoy them with energy, strength, and joy? Let's keep going. Now that we've talked about how chronic inflammation and muscle loss can quietly chip away at your health as you age, let's move on to 2 more hidden reasons many people struggle to stay strong and independent after 80. These next 2 might surprise you, because they're not always obvious, but they play a huge role in how well you feel day to day. The third hidden health reason is poor gut health. Now, you might be thinking, what does my gut have to do with living longer and feeling better? Well, more than you might realize. Your gut isn't just about digestion. It's home to trillions of bacteria that influence everything from your immune system to your mood, even your risk for chronic diseases. And as we age, the balance of these good and bad bacteria can get thrown off, often without us even noticing. Signs of an unhappy gut can be subtle. Maybe you feel bloated more often than you used to, or you're dealing with constipation that just won't go away. Some people even notice they're getting sick more easily or feeling unusually tired. The good news? You can start healing your gut today with a few simple steps. First, fiber is your gut's best friend. Foods like oats, apples, beans, and leafy greens feed the good bacteria and keep things moving smoothly. If you're not used to eating a lot of fiber, start slow. Adding too much too quickly can backfire. A small bowl of oatmeal in the morning or a handful of berries with lunch is a great way to begin. Probiotics are another key player. These are the live, friendly bacteria that help keep your gut in balance. You'll find them in yogurt with live cultures, kefir, sauerkraut, or even in a high-quality supplement if your doctor recommends it. And don't forget about water. Staying hydrated helps everything in your digestive system work the way it should. Now, let's talk about the fourth hidden health reason: social isolation. This one might not seem like a health issue at first glance, but research shows that loneliness can be just as harmful as smoking or obesity when it comes to longevity. Think about it. When was the last time you had a good, long conversation with someone who really gets you? Or shared a laugh with a friend over a cup of coffee? Those moments aren't just nice, they're necessary for your well-being. As we get older, it's easy to lose touch. Friends move away, family gets busy, or maybe you've stopped doing some of the activities that used to connect you with others. But here's the thing, your brain and body thrive on connection. People with strong social ties tend to have lower stress levels, sharper minds, and even stronger immune systems. So how do you stay connected, especially if you're not as mobile as you used to be? Start small. A phone call to an old friend, joining a local book club, many meet online now, or even volunteering for a cause you care about can make a big difference. If you're tech-savvy, video calls with grandkids or faraway friends can be a game-changer. And if you're not, ask a younger family member or neighbor to help you set it up. They'll probably be thrilled to show you how. Now, we've covered 4 hidden health reasons that can make life after 80 harder than it needs to be: chronic inflammation, muscle loss, poor gut health, and social isolation. But here's what's truly exciting: every single one of these is within your control to improve. You don't need drastic changes, just small, consistent steps in the right direction. In the next part, we'll bring everything together. We'll talk about how these 4 factors are connected, you might be surprised, and most importantly, how you can create a simple, realistic plan to address them all, without feeling overwhelmed. Because living well into your 80s and beyond isn't about perfection, it's about making choices that add up to a healthier, happier you. So stay with me, we're just getting to the best part. After all, why just count the years when you can make the years count? Let's keep going. By now, you've seen how these 4 hidden health challenges, chronic inflammation, muscle loss, poor gut health, and social isolation, can quietly shape how we age. But here's what I really want you to take away: these aren't inevitable parts of getting older. They're simply areas where a little knowledge and small, consistent actions can make all the difference. Let's connect the dots between these 4 factors, because they're more intertwined than you might think. For example, when your gut health improves, inflammation often goes down. When you strengthen your muscles, you have more energy to stay socially active. And when you nurture your relationships, your mental well-being supports healthier habits overall. It's like a ripple effect. One positive change makes the others easier. So how do you put this into practice without feeling overwhelmed? Let's break it down into simple, everyday steps. First, think about your plate as your daily medicine. Aim for meals that tackle multiple issues at once. A bowl of oatmeal with walnuts and berries fights inflammation, feeds your gut bacteria, and gives you energy for movement. A grilled salmon salad with leafy greens builds muscle, supports your gut, and keeps inflammation low. You don't need a complete diet overhaul, just gradual shifts toward more whole foods and fewer processed ones. Next, movement matters, but forget no pain, no gain. Focus on functional strength. practice sitting down and standing up from a chair without using your hands. This builds the exact muscles you need for independence. Try heel raises while holding the kitchen counter to improve balance. Even marching in place during TV commercials counts. The key is consistency, not intensity. Now, let's talk about your gut's best friends, fiber and probiotics. If constipation's been an issue, try this trick. Soak 2 prunes in warm water before bed, eat them in the morning, and drink the water. It's gentler than laxatives and packed with gut-friendly fiber. For probiotics, if yogurt isn't your favorite, look for fermented foods like miso soup or try a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar in warm water before meals. Just skip this if you have acid reflux. For social connection, here's a powerful truth. You don't have to wait for others to reach out. Be the one who starts the conversation. Call an old friend today and say, "I was just thinking about you." Visit your local senior center, even if you just sit and observe at first. Or share your wisdom. Younger people crave the stories and life lessons only you can offer. Remember, every interaction, even a chat with your mail carrier, counts as connection. Here's the beautiful part. None of this requires perfection. Miss a day of exercise? No problem, just get back to it tomorrow. Ate a less than healthy meal? The next one's a fresh start. This isn't about restriction or rigid rules, it's about adding more of what nourishes you, body and soul. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with this thought. Aging isn't about declining, it's about adapting. Your body may have different needs now than it did at 40, but it's still capable of remarkable things. Every small choice you make today, an extra vegetable, a short walk, a phone call to a friend, is an investment in the vibrant, joyful years ahead. Now I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 4 areas do you feel most inspired to work on first? Share in the comments. Your experience might be exactly what someone else needs to hear. And if this video helped you, hit that like button and subscribe for more honest, hopeful conversations about aging well. Remember, the goal isn't just to live to 80 or beyond, it's to love the life you're living every step of the way. Here's to your health, happiness, and all of the good years still ahead. Until next time, take care of that wonderful, one-of-a-kind person that is you.